Basement Politics with Freddie Vasquez. Tonight, Tim Hodges, Democratic candidate for District 6, Yonkers City Council, will be joining me in the basement for a second time. We'll discuss the general election, crime, quality of life, and a bunch more stuff. Thanks for joining us. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. I'm Freddie Vasquez, your host of Basement Politics with Freddie Vasquez. Tonight, I have a special guest, Tim Hodges, Democratic candidate for Yonkers City Council, District 6. Tim Hodges joining us tonight. Everybody help me welcome Tim in. Tim, good evening. How you doing? I haven't done that in a while. How's it going? How's everything?
I like that, Freddie. That's really nice. Nice intro.
Thank you. How's everything? How you doing? How you doing this evening, Tim?
I'm doing well. You know, Freddie, we were out canvassing. We were knocking on doors, and you know, I had to get on the show at 7, so we actually just ducked into a convenience store that one of my friends owned, and we just jumped on the call. So I don't want to miss a day out campaigning.
No, that's great. No, you're definitely working hard. And for those who don't know, we were supposed to start at 7. There was some a little confusion there. And so you had to you went to my business there on Lockwood. Right? You thought the interview was going to be there, and then you had to kind of go wherever you're going to do it. I guess you stopped some local convenience store there. I appreciate that. Yes. Thank you. I mean, I would have waited. No rush. You're the man, not me.
Thanks,
I wait for you. Well, Tim, I appreciate you joining me again for a second time here on Basement Politics. I definitely wanted to get you back on to talk some more with you. And now you're coming back on as the winner of the primaries in last June as a Democratic candidate for District 6 in this coming November's election. How do you feel about the elections? Confident? How do you feel?
Freddie, I'm excited about it. I am fairly confident. You know, we're out there every day. We're knocking on doors and we're getting a good vibe. I mean, every day we get a good vibe from people. I'm out there talking to the people about their issues, and like I said, I think they're pretty receptive.
Are you feeling confident going into this election, this race?
You know, it's always tough. You know, it's my first time running for a political office. I ran for union offices my entire police career, and I always won. I haven't lost one yet, so. I'm hoping we continue the trend. I am confident in a lot of ways. Just the fact that I'm out there every day and I talk to people and so many people say, "Hey, listen, Tim, nobody ever knocked on my door. No politician has ever knocked on my door. You're the first one. I'm so excited you're doing this." So when I hear that, I really do get excited about it. And I'm a person. I always have my entire police career. So win, lose, or draw, I'm here in Yonkers. I'm a Yonkers person for life. I was born here. I raised my child here, and I'll probably die here. So I'm a Yonkers guy inside and out.
Well, just really quick, the service or the connection broke up a little bit. So in case that it does, we will try to get you back on. So bear with us, folks. So I just want to mention that. Yes, you are a lifelong resident of the city of Yonkers. That is something that I've mentioned before, as you've mentioned it to me. And you've mentioned it to me when you've come to my business and you've knocked on our door, and we appreciated that. So I will vouch for that. You do knock on doors. You are out there. I've seen you, and you actually took 45 minutes, I believe, that day to speak with us, which that's a lot of time. For people who are out, or for candidates who are out canvassing, right? It's a lot of doors to knock. So I greatly appreciated that. And that's exactly why, I think that I've built that relationship with you. You're a very nice guy. And of course, I've always appreciated nice people. I want to say thank you. It was a great event. I was there the other night on Tuesday. I said hello to you. It was an excellent event. And I see that you have a lot of support. And I can see that definitely why that is. I want to start with talking about crime, right? Talking about the quality of life also, because crime is a part of quality of life. Recently, there was a shooting off Tuckahoe at a park. That I'm sorry, forget the name of the park, but someone was killed. The gentleman,
Boo
I
Boo
believe, was
Wilson, Boo
Bru-
Wilson Park.
yes,
Yes,
and the gentleman, I believe, was from actually the Bronx, not from the city of Yonkers, correct?
yes.
And it's just, it's not, it doesn't seem to end, and it's actually surprising. We normally don't see a lot of that stuff happening in that area, but I believe that is your area that you will be representing. So talk to me a little bit about that, and how do you feel?
Yeah, you know what, Freddie? I was at the commemoration for the park only about 2 weeks ago. They did an amazing job. The Parks Department really did a wonderful job on that park. There's a water garden in the back, and like the park is amazing. And I was a police officer in the fourth precinct for many years, and we actually had that sector for a while. And I'll tell you, it was always a good park. There were never many issues there, and you kind of hate that, when you have this brand new park, and now you have a shooting, and it just puts a bad taste in people's mouth. And then like people from the neighborhood are going to say, oh, now I'm fearful to go to that park.
Right,
And that's not the message we should be sending. So
right,
the police department's amazing in this city, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. So I'm sure they're doing a great job with trying to find out who the perpetrator is. Um, but I hope the people don't realize that this is not the normal thing in this city. I mean, this is an aberration. We don't have this type of violent crime. So I think, now that we did experience it, now, the police department and the fourth precinct and the first precinct will get together, and they'll have extra patrols there, I'm sure. But that's the key is
right.
to make the people feel safe, find out who did this, get to the bottom of it. And it's sad because I met Boo Wilson, who the park's named after, many years ago. I actually met his son, who was at the commemoration of the park the other day, and I'm going to reach out to him because it was such a beautiful event. The park's great. We wanted to
Right.
continue to be well. And you know what? You're right. I think I think these people were from the Bronx, so
Yeah.
maybe we could work something out where we have more of Yonkers residents using the Yonkers parks.
Right. And I'm not trying to single out anyone from the Bronx if anyone from the
No,
Bronx is
no,
watching,
not at
right?
all.
No, I mentioned that just because the gentleman wasn't from Yonkers, but doesn't change it, right? It happened in Yonkers, and you're right. Yonkers is not normally well, we've been seeing it more often. However, it seems to be happening more frequently than we've been kind of used to recently, right, in recent years. But it seems to be increasing, so that should be a concern, I think. And what's great about you, Tim, is that you have experience with law enforcement, right? As a former deputy police chief, Yonkers Police Department, you know how to handle these situations. You know how to go about it, as opposed to someone who has not had your experience. How would you
Yeah.
approach this and other crime issues if you were elected?
So, Freddie, I was blessed with a really wonderful career. I actually held every rank in the police department. I don't think anybody's ever held every rank. So it's a wonderful career. So I was a detective for many years. I was a detective supervisor. I was patrol bosses. So I kind of know all the ins and outs of the police. And at the later end of my career, I actually ran our ComStat, which is computerized statistics, and it's strategizing crime. It's strategizing who is committing the crimes, where they're committing the crimes, at what time. It's like precision policing. And if we continue to do precision policing, we're only going to come out on the top, because that's when you zero in on the people that commit crimes. You zero in on the locations. You get help from the community, because once you have buy-in from the community, and once you have the resources, which Yonkers, we do have a very well staffed police department. um, and they're doing that already. I know my colleagues in the Yonkers Police Department are already putting this together. They're definitely going to come up with a plan for this area. My thing would be down the road, when I get elected, is to really look at the staffing levels. You have the first precinct, which is there's very low crime, which is great, but you still need
Right.
police. You still need to deter that crime. You know, the majority of the crimes are petty crimes and larcenies and smaller crimes, and that's what really, bothers people. So you really have to have that effective patrol out there instead of guys and girls just chasing the radio when you get calls. It's good to have preventive patrols. So I would really push for more preventive patrols.
And preventive patrols, what does that entail? What exactly, for those who may not be familiar with it?
So there's sector cars. Each precinct has different sectors. So the sector cars will answer jobs. If someone had a car break in or a car is broken down, like minor jobs. But if you have extra police staff that are not chasing that radio, not
Right.
following, not have to go to take accident reports and so forth, and you just have dedicated patrols to parks, especially like Boo Wilson Park. They would have to check on that park every two
Right.
hours or every hour. You're going to deter crime. It's just a matter of fact.
Sure.
You drive around in a patrol car, conspicuous police car, you're going to naturally deter crime. And I think that's what we really need to do. I mean, you can always investigate crimes later, but what we want to do is
Right.
now prevent the crimes.
Right.
And there's also new technology, which is predicting crime, crime prediction. When you use algorithms and you put all the mix in that chemistry of who, what, where, and when, and you find out, hey,
All the data.
where the gangs are hanging out. These
Right.
guys are hanging out there. This girl. So when you put the data together, and then you can do preventive policing. Also, it's used out west a lot, but it's coming. It's coming to the East Coast also.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's great that you again have